Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to another edition of Intuitive Angling, and thank you very much for making some time out of your day to spend with me and checking the video out. Always grateful for that. Guys, today we're going to be talking about flip-flopping Bassmaster Elite Series pros in terms of the Bassmaster Elite Series pros that left the Bassmaster Elite Series several years ago to move over to MLF because of the financial carrot that got dangled in front of their heads, and now they're trying to migrate back to bass. So we're going to get into that in today's video, and I'm really curious to hear your guys' opinion on this as well. What you've noticed here, guys, that this is sort of what happens. Most people that watch the channel are pretty familiar with that, but if you're not familiar, when when MLF formed the Bass Pro Tour several years ago, they took most of all the marquee Elite Series pros with them. Which really surprised me because most every big name on the Bassmaster Elite Series pros left to go fish the Bass Pro Tour because of the promise of something bigger and better over there. And I was really shocked by this because one of the things about this that, and I'll get into why this irritates me a little bit, is every one of these dudes that left the Bassmaster Elite Series Tour to go over to the MLF side over there, Bassmaster basically made their careers. Bassmaster provided a platform for those anglers to showcase their talents, win classics, win Angler of the Years, make a good living fishing. And then something bigger and better came along and they moved over to MLF. And what you've noticed over the past couple years, every single year it's happened, is these pros are wanting to move back to the Bassmaster Elite Series because the Bass Pro Tours is obviously not all what it's meant to be, or not all what they thought it was going to be. And you've got some guys over there that have come back through, crawled back over through the Legends exemptions. You got guys that have quit. They're trying to requalify through the Opens. And I sort of want to give you guys my opinion on this a little bit. So here's my overall opinion on it. You know, every bass fisherman in this country would give their freaking left nut to have a chance to fish on the Bassmaster Elite Series. And then for these anglers that have been fortunate enough to qualify for the Elite Series or given a berth to it or whatever, for them, and capitalize on all the Bassmaster opportunities, for them to leave Bassmaster just because they think they're going to make more money with another organization, I sort of got a problem with that a little bit. I don't have a lot of sympathy for the people that want to come back to Bassmaster after they've left Bassmaster to go to MLF. In my opinion, they made their bed, they sort of need to sleep in it. And to me, there's a little bit of loyalty involved with this, as far as people should have shown a little bit more loyalty. Some anglers did. There's a lot of anglers out there that turned the invitation down. I got a lot of respect for those anglers, but here's the problem I have with that. Is I understand people make mistakes once in a while, and obviously every one of these dudes that left Bassmaster and now they want to come back went to MLF and want to come back to the Elite Series and got in through Legends exemptions or whatever. I understand people make mistakes once in a while, but here's the point of it. If somebody decides they want to do that, there are consequences for your actions. In life, every action that you have consequences for that. And if you make the decision to throw Bassmaster under the bus in hopes of finding something bigger and better out there, if you decided that you made a mistake, you have to own up to that, and you have to work to get back in there. And that's why I've got a lot of respect for like Mike Iaconelli, who did this. He left Bassmaster, went to MLF, decided it wasn't for him, and instead of taking his Legends exemption as a classic winner, he went back and requalified through the Bassmaster Opens. I got a lot of respect for that. Not so much for the guys that got over there, then came back through Legends exemptions or whatever like that. That's just me. I just ultimately, I think there's something wrong with that. And I'm also disappointed in the Bassmaster management for allowing those people to come back through those exemptions after they threw Bassmaster under the bus. They should at least had to come back and qualify through the Opens like a lot of guys are trying to do now. This is becoming more and more common. You see it every single year. There was just a big announcement yesterday. Another former Bassmaster Elite Series qualifier has gone back to Bassmaster, went to MLF, is now going back to Bassmaster using the Legends exemptions. And I don't know, I just think it's a little bit messed up out there. I've got a sour taste in my mouth for this whole thing, because I think that I think MLF, by creating the Bass Pro Tour, it segmented and divided the industry so much in a negative way that it wasn't a good thing for the sport in a lot of different ways. We could talk about a whole nother video with that. And then this whole thing about Bassmaster allowing those people to come back in through Legends exemptions after they threw them under the bus. Something is just messed up about that. I'd really be curious to hear your guys' opinion on that. I'm coming at it from a competitor's viewpoint, and I'd be curious to hear from you guys that haven't fished on that level, what you all think about it. But again, like I said, I understand people make mistakes and that people make wrong decisions, and that's okay. But if you do that, you should have to pay the price for that decision and have to pay the consequences. And that consequences is, I do not think that Bassmaster should offer Legends exemptions to anyone that left Bassmaster to go to MLF and now they want to come back. I just think that does not make any sense whatsoever to me. So anyway, guys, just a few thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'd be curious, and we'll talk later. See y'all.